always felt like I had to perform to be someone's friend. Like, get your friend stuff, do things for your friends so that they can stick around. And I felt like the need to perform. Even in relationships, I felt the need to perform, giving my body for the person to stay around. I was disrespecting my boundaries to keep people in my life, overcompensating with the things that I do to please other people just to keep them in my life. And it's like, why? Like, I think I had a fear of being alone, and I realized this year that being alone is totally okay. If someone's going to leave you, they're going to leave you, whether it's this year, next year, the next year after that. Like, they're going to leave you regardless if they don't like you or if they're not meant for you. They're going to leave you. There's nothing that you can say or do to keep them around, literally at all. Don't fight for people to be in your life. Literally don't. It's not worth it. Like, if people don't ever text you to hang out and you always see them hanging out together, fuck it. Sorry for my French, but lack of a better term, literally fuck it. Like, if people don't chat to you, no one wants to date you, like, just leave it, bro. Like, allow it. I promise you, you would rather allow God to bring people into your life who want you around. You'll feel so much better when you're around people who, like, they're literally called for you. Like, Stacey, we want you here. This would not be the same without you. We want you. We've prepared a table, like a seat at this table for you. Rather than you mad struggling to be there. Like, it's not a good feeling, bro. Like, love yourself. I think about my younger self and I think about her struggling to make friends. I feel bad for her. And I don't ever want my future self to feel bad for my 24-year-old self, if that makes sense.
Let's take this overboard now. I want you to
feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie, share that heat of love. I wanna ride.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Stacey coming at you live with another video, baby. So I put you guys a little bit higher. You guys feel a bit low? Now we're in the right spot. I have approximately one more week until I'm 25 years old. 25 years old. It feels like just yesterday I was at Chuck E. Cheese celebrating my 10th birthday. And now we're 10 years in the future. I don't understand how that is like, it's feeling, I feel rushed, but it is what it is. To be honest, 24 was a weird year. I can't even lie to you. I wish I had a warning because I feel like I was hit by a bus. But I feel like the people who experienced 24 are in the hospital recovering from being hit by a bus, and so they couldn't even come out and tell me that, yo, bus is coming, you know what I mean? Like, if you're watching this and you haven't hit 24 yet, then here's a fair warning. And if you're watching this and you were in 24 and you're still jaded, maybe you can get a little tips from me because I am the self-diagnosis queenie, as we know. Like, I love to look at my life and just be like, what happened? You know what I mean? And this year was definitely one that I look back and I'm like, what on earth was that? I feel like I was chewed up and spit out. The good thing about being chewed up and spit out is that you can look back at that monster that chewed you up and spit you out, and you can tell people about its digestive system and what you saw in there. You know what I mean? You could learn some things about being in that monster, and I did learn some things. I would love to say this video is 24 things I learned about being 24, but I think I have approximately 5 big lessons that I learned about being 24, and in those 5 big lessons they're gonna be like at least 24 micro lessons. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go off on a tangent or 10. Let's get straight into the video. Okay, whoa, I feel like I have 17,000 people looking at me right now. I am on live on TikTok as I'm recording this video. If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, my TikTok is gonna be in the link in the bio. So if you guys catch me looking this way, look at this way, just know I'm talking to all y'all. One of the main things that I learned was that I don't know myself as well as I thought that I did. I feel like when you're 19, 20, 21, 22, you're so like vibrant and like I just get drunk and I wear, you know, slutty clothes, I get raunchy, I go to the bar, a man buys me a drink, I get everything, like you're just so like, you feel this false sense of confidence because you're just a ditzy, like you're just a girl, like you're just like, you know, an airhead, like, and that's just like, it's fun, like you're just kind of like oblivious. I don't even know how to explain it. There's a certain like je ne sais quoi about being that age where it's like nothing even matters, like nothing's real, you know what I mean? So I was living in that for so long, and I told myself like, I'm so confident. I think I'm pretty, I think I'm smart, I think I'm talented, I'm confident. I will say it crumbled pretty quickly. I realized in the year 24 I didn't know myself like I thought that I knew myself, because I realized I didn't love myself the way that I thought that I loved myself. And I started to realize that a lot of my self-love was like outer based, superficial. I developed trust issues, and I feel like the trust issues did not just stem from relationships that I had been in. I feel like the trust issues stemmed from myself. I didn't trust myself, and the reason I didn't trust myself is because I would tell myself I'm gonna do something and then not do it. Like, I lacked discipline. I realized that this year I lacked so much discipline because I would sit there and tell myself like, okay, Stacey, here's the week, we're planning out the week, and then the next morning you wake up and you're too tired to do what you said you were gonna do yesterday. In a sense, you can't say you're gonna be there for yourself and be there for yourself, therefore you cannot trust yourself. And if you can't trust yourself, how can you love someone you can't trust? you know what I mean? Like, now we're gonna, like, like, there were so many different aspects of me that I did not know. Like, there's so many different aspects of me that I did not love. You know what I mean? There was also a feeling of, I got cheated on a long time ago, y'all. A long time ago. This year is the year that I feel like I truly healed from it. If we're gonna keep it a buck, when someone does you dirty, the resentment that you hold in your heart for them, like the bitterness that you hold in your heart for them, it kind of does a doozy more on you than it does on them. Because at the end of the day, if that person is a messed up person, like if they genuinely are a messed up person, or maybe they just messed up, they're gonna walk around through life, not even realize that they hurt you the way they did, or they just won't care that they hurt you the way that they did. So you sitting there constantly thinking about how they hurt you and praying that revenge is, like, you know, gonna take its course and that something's gonna happen to them. Like, what does that do for you apart from make you hold a grudge and make you upset when things don't, like, when their life moves on and when they have a new relationship and they have kids and they get a new job and they get a raise? Like, it's just gonna piss you off more the more that God brings them from glory to glory to glory to glory. And one thing I had to realize is that same way I'm a child of God is the same way the people who have betrayed me are children of God. I can't sit here and tell God, who loves us all, God punished them. God punished them. I had to really deep that. Like, at the end of the day, Jesus loves them too. You know what I mean? Like I can't sit there and be like, Lord, I'm your favorite. Like, there's some people who are like, I'm God's favorite, but in reality, it's like, can we be real? Like, can we be real? Like, there's a certain type of selfishness that requires that selflessness of forgiving that person that has done you dirty so that you can release whatever that is on your chest so you can now move on with your healing. And the only time you're gonna move on with your healing and you go from glory to glory and glory, you allow God to now, like, move you like that in a new season in your life, is when you let go of that old season in your life. I know you hate that person. Like, I know you do. Like, I know they did you greasy. Like, we saw it. Like, we saw it, babe. Like, we could talk about it all day. We could talk about it all night. But, like, it is important for you to get up and be like, okay, I'm done with the situation. And realize that if you, okay, like, if we're keeping it a buck, if you actually don't like that person, why are we still stuck on them? Like, why are we talking about them? Like, we know they did you dirty. Do your big one. Take the ounce of revenge that you can and just leave it. Leave it. The best revenge you can do is go and move on, be happy. Love yourself, genuinely love yourself, and love yourself for real this year. Comparison is the thief of joy. Guys, I literally know I'm not the only one who has been seeing everybody get proposed to. Who was gonna tell me everybody was falling in love? Who was gonna let me know that was gonna be a thing? Who? Everybody has fallen in love in these last 6 months. Everybody's getting that same heart, you know, that rose ting, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's getting that. Like, I did not know that was the blueprint. I did not know that was the format. And it's easy for you to see people who are getting engaged, falling in love, getting better cars, getting better jobs, doing this, doing that. It's easy for you to look at them and be like, damn, what am I doing? Like, literally, what am I doing with my life? Like, where was I? Was I asleep? Was I, like, what was I doing? Was I hibernating when everyone was, like, putting out the, you know what I mean? Like, the posters and the flyers to let us all know that we're gonna fall in love this year? Like, what, am I, like, why am I not like my prospects? You know what I mean? It's easy to compare yourself. But what I realized in comparing myself is that, first of all, I realized that I compare myself a lot to people. I know comparison is a thief of joy. That's just, like, I'm the type of person that if someone's constantly saying comparison is a thief of joy or constantly spitting out virtues, I'm not gonna sit here and try to prove you that, like, this virtue that's been true for X amount of years is not true for my situation. Like if my dad tells me something and he's like, you don't get it because you're a kid, but one day you'll understand. I know it's true because my dad tells me and he has been through it, and every other adult tells me and they've been through it. I just know it's not true for me right now, but it will be true soon, if that makes sense. Okay, so I know comparison is the thief of joy, but towards the beginning of this year, I feel like I just told myself, you know, comparison is the thief of joy. Just don't compare yourself. Me, I don't compare myself. I don't compare myself. Me, compare myself. Look at me. Look at that. Hey, I don't compare myself. Time I'm actually comparing myself, but no one knows I am. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm peeking at them, but I'm peeking at them like this. And just like acting like, you know, I don't care. I don't care what you do. I'm not envious. Envy is a deadly sin, I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't do that. No, me? No. But it's like, let's be real. We're doing it. And it's not good, okay? For me, it helps to invalidate because I don't like stupid shit. Excuse my French, but if I invalidate it in my brain, then I will no longer believe it. So this is how I invalidated it. None of us are identical to one another. There's not even one, even twins, identical twins, even triplets, quadruplets, octuplets, they're all different from one another. They all have their personal quirks and their personal things, you know what I mean? None of us are walking the same path in life. And if we're not walking the same path in life, we're not running the same race. How can I be running on a track 100 meter sprint and he's running 400 meter sprint over there, or he's even doing a 100 meter, the swimming, 25 Damn, it's been a long time since I played that sport. And then I feel like I'm racing him who's in the pool and I'm in the track. Or I feel like I'm racing him when I'm doing 100 meters, he's doing 400 meters. We're running 2 different races. We're on 2 different paths. We're running 2 different races. So how can we be competing with each other? And then I genuinely thought about it when I saw people getting married. There was an ounce of me that was like, damn, you wish that was you, huh? And then I closed my eyes and I thought about walking down the aisle and seeing my man. I see my man, okay, period. I want my husband to be at the top of the Eiffel Tower, yeah? I want something that screams Beyonce. Then I had to quickly stop into reality and open my eyes and realize that, Stacey, this season in your life right now, I can't even imagine myself falling in love. Can you imagine yourself falling in love? Can you? I can imagine myself falling in love, but just not right now, not in this moment. God's gonna set things up so beautifully. You know what I mean? He has a romantic way of doing things. He's the ultimate romancer. He's the ultimate creative. He's gonna do things in a way that is perfect for you and perfect for you and is perfect for me. You know what I mean? So when I see these people getting married, I'm like, you know what? Their timing's different than my timing. We're running 2 different races. We're on different paths. And it was perfect for them at this moment. But I can just sit here and I can be happy for them. And then I can be like, okay, mine's coming. You know what I mean? Like my story's gonna write. It's writing itself. It's currently writing itself. When you are in a dark season, it makes the bright seasons that much brighter. You know what I mean? If you were born in light all the time, if you were like, let's just say you were born rich, okay, born silver on a silver spoon, right? You don't know struggle, you don't know wahala. When you get things like a luxury car, nothing in your brain's telling you that that's good. There's honestly very little that can fulfill you because you don't know struggle, you don't know wahala. But if you grew up poor and then you get the luxury car, it means more to you, means a little something to you. So just think about it like that, like these dark seasons and the places in your life where you feel like, damn, I wish that was me and my man over there getting proposed to. Think about it like this, the times in which you were single, the times in which you had no man are the times in which you're gonna look back and be like, damn, like I can't believe that was me all the way over there and now I'm here. Like you're gonna feel good, you're gonna feel good. Just trust you're gonna feel good. Comparison to the thief of joy, focus on the fact that your story is writing itself and your story is beautiful, okay? Okay. The next thing that I learned is no one is coming to save you. No one at all is coming to save you. Hey! Hey! You guys are a distraction here on live. The live is distracting me. I can't lie. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Anyways, yes, no one's coming to save you. I feel like some of you guys may know I just got let go from my management company and I've talked about it on TikTok. It is what it is. In the period of time where you kind of, you know when you have a feeling inside your stomach that something's gonna happen? I had a feeling that was gonna happen. I had a feeling because I hadn't been posting consistently and it's like, there was like a feeling of almost like imposter syndrome and not really knowing who I am or what I want to put out in this world. So I haven't been posting because I don't want to keep putting things out in the world if they're not a reflection of me and who I am. You know what I mean? I felt the need to keep going to people and talking to like, okay, let me talk to my dad, let me talk to my mom, let me talk to a pastor, let me read this self-help book, let me read this other self-help book, let me read this other self-help book, this other stuff. I just kept buying self-help books and reading them halfway, trying to find an answer that would fix my brain and fix what's happening with me. And it's like, no one's coming to help. There's certain situations where like, yeah, you can get help from people, but then there's also some things you need to learn that like, it's only you. There's a reason you feel like this and you need to look inside yourself and figure out why you feel the way that you feel. There's something that went wrong, whether it's like for me, I'm just gonna use the example for me so that I can make this example, this point clear. My imposter syndrome came from, I'm an African child. When you're an African child, your parents tell you that you can be one of like 5 things: engineer, lawyer, doctor. So when I was younger, I had certain passions. Like I remember I used to watch American Idol and be like, damn, I kind of want to sing for my career. I used to watch America's Got Talent. Oh my gosh, that used to be my show. I used to watch that and be like, I want to be one of them ones, you know what I mean? But then you kind of grow older, you hear your parents telling you like, singer, that's not really gonna work, it's not gonna pay your bills, go be doctor. My passions got put on hold for 2 seconds, actually more like 25 years. And then I started to go to school and my dad started telling me, you know, you said you want to be a doctor? Math and science is what doctors are good at, so be good at that. And I say, okay, boom, I get A's. Elementary school, middle school, high school, A's. They put a target up for me on the wall, I aim for the target, I get it. Now high school, same thing, bow. And they tell you, you have to get into colleges. These are the colleges you need to get into. You apply to all of them, you get into all of them, boom, bow, bow, bow. I'm hitting all the targets. I'm not missing nothing. Then I get into college and I'm like, okay, this is the path you're supposed to go into college and this is the degrees you're supposed to take to get to that final career that you said you're gonna do. At this point is now when we're starting to walk a little slower. Because I think in college when I started to realize like, damn, I've been aiming for this target and I don't even like this target. I don't like, this is not me, this is not me, this is you, this is not me. So now I'm like confused. But I think at 21, 22, I didn't understand where the confusion was really coming from. I feel like it was like, I don't know, I didn't understand where the confusion was coming from. Now when my prefrontal cortex has developed, that's a whole nother conversation for another day. Like this thing is like, I'm surprised my skull is not expanding with the way that my brain is growing in there. Like the dimensions are seemingly the same. But I realized that's not a target that I want. I realized that I have abandoned my passions. I realized that I don't actually know myself because I didn't develop the passions and likes that I originally had when I was a child. And so now I'm sitting here and I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know where I want to go. I'm a compilation of everybody who has been around me. And I've been a people pleaser. On top of that, I literally posted a video about being a people pleaser and how to stop that. So if you want to watch that, click either here or here. Still have not understood which side that shit comes up on. But so I'm kind of like a compilation of a bunch of people who are around me, which is honestly it's good. That's good. Like I feel like there's people have impacted me in a good way, but it's also bad in the sense that I don't really necessarily know myself. And there's an aspect of feeling like, damn, I'm turning 25 next week. And then when you see your peers are getting married and having their life all set, you feel like you're behind because you don't even know yourself. That's step one, is to know yourself. You don't know yourself, so what do you know? What do you mean you're comparing yourself to other people who are getting married? You don't even know yourself. You want to know your spouse? Be real. That aspect of like imposter syndrome and not necessarily knowing who I am made me kind of look to other people to save me. It's almost like I'm drowning and I'm looking for other people to bring me up. And I kept on like, every time someone would not give me what I need, like the oomph I need, the morsel of knowledge that I need to know myself, I would just go to another person. And I remember the week of me about to get like literally last week, the week before, not even last week, literally a couple days ago, moments leading up to me being let go from my management company, I feel like I should tell my manager that I'm feeling this way. And then I thought to myself, what is the manager gonna do? What is the manager gonna do? The manager is not gonna tell me anything. The manager is not going to like help you know yourself. This manager just came into your life literally 6 months ago, and granted, God can put people inside your life to help you in ways you never even imagined. But at this point, I've been with this management company for how long? And the same, like, it's no progress has happened. They're not gonna help you now. So it is what it is. The only thing that I could have gone, like the only I don't even know being that helped me was God. Because the night before my management company let me go, I prayed and I told him, I don't want my life anymore. This thing called life is a lot of wahala, and holding the wheel by myself is getting wahalaful as well, and I really don't like it. Really bad. So I told him I don't want it. I want you and only you, and I want your will for my life. Because your will, at the end of the day, if you made me, you created me, you knew the plans you had for me, plans to prosper me, not to harm me, I can get behind the fact that you probably know what would make me happy and how to make me feel like me again. So I was like, you know what? I'll give my life back to you. And just for like hours later to get a text from my management company and be like, yeah, we have a meeting, and then a couple hours after that, we're letting you go. So that's why I'm kind of like, I'm okay with sitting in it. But I'm not upset about their decision to let me go. I'm not tripping, but there's also, I'm happy that I finally learned that no one is coming to save me. That the inevitable is gonna happen, and no one is coming to save me. It's up for me and God to sit there and look at each other and like, I need to think introspectively. You know what I mean? Like we need to really lock in and be like, you know, like the gang's all here. The gang is all here. I feel like on top of that, this is like a subsection of this bullet point, but I've always felt like I had to perform to be someone's friend. Like, get your friend stuff, do things for your friends so that they can stick around. And I felt like the need to perform. Even in relationships, I felt the need to perform, giving my body for the person to stay around. I was disrespecting my boundaries to keep people in my life, overcompensating with the things that I do to please other people just to keep them in my life. And it's like, why? Like, I think I had a fear of being alone. And I realized this year that being alone is totally okay. If someone's going to leave you, they're going to leave you. Whether it's this year, next year, the next year after that, like they're going to leave you regardless if they don't like you or if they're not meant for you. They're going to leave you. There's nothing that you can say or do to keep them around, literally at all. Don't fight for people to be in your life. Literally don't. It's not worth it. Like, if people don't ever text you to hang out and you always see them hanging out together, fuck it. Sorry for my French, but lack of a better term, literally fuck it. Like, if people don't chat to you, no one wants to date you, like, just leave it, bro. Like, allow it. I promise you, you would rather allow God to bring people into your life who want you around. And you'll feel so much better when you're around people who, like, they're literally called for you. Like, Stacey, we want you here. This would not be the same without you. We want you. We've prepared a table, like a seat at this table for you. Rather than you mad struggling to be there. Like, it's not a good feeling, bro. Like, love yourself. I think about my younger self, and I think about her struggling to make friends. I feel bad for her. And I don't ever want my future self to feel bad for my 24-year-old self, if that makes sense. I promise you, you would rather allow allow God to bring people into your life who want you around. You'll feel so much better when you're around people who, like, they're literally called for you. Like, Stacey, we want you here. This would not be the same without you. We want you. We've prepared a table, like a seat at this table for you. Rather than you mad struggling to be there. Like, it's not a good feeling, bro. Like, develop yourself. Be there for yourself. Trust yourself. Like, love yourself. And think about, I feel like I mentioned this on this channel. I think about my younger self, and I think about her struggling to make friends, and I also, like, I feel bad for her, like I do, and I don't ever want me to, like, my future self to feel bad for my 24-year-old self, if that makes sense. The last point that I have is do not be afraid to start over. That is, like, so much easier said than done because I'm literally starting over right now as we speak. But don't be afraid to start over. I would much rather look back at my life, like, when it's all said and done, and love everything that I did with my life. Like, I would much rather be like, I tried and I failed, and I tried and I failed, and I tried and I succeeded, and I tried and I failed and I succeeded, but it was all things that were deep to me, like things that I love to do, rather than look back and be like, I did all these things to please other people, and yes, I was so successful and I made mad money doing it, and I was doing this, everyone loves me, but it's like, I only have one life. To look back at my life and be like, all the things I did don't fulfill my heart and don't make me happy, that makes me sad. The last 24 years of my life kind of feel a little bit like, almost like that, so I can't imagine doing that for any longer. I can't imagine looking back when I'm like 60 and being like, you did all that stuff for everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that shit anymore. I want to do things that like are good to me. You know what I mean? Like, good for me. And so sometimes I find myself almost scared because I have no ideas, and that stems from imposter syndrome. But when that is settled, I know myself, and I know my mind is so big, and I have big dreams for what I want to do with my life. But when you dream big, that can be scary. Starting new can be scary. Like, that's okay, right? The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and the way he does that is he puts things in our mind. He lies. The devil's a liar. And he comes to heighten things like self-doubt, anxiety, depression. He comes to tell you those things at your ears to make you feel like you can't do what you said you're gonna do, or you can't do what God told you you're gonna do. And I feel like for the past year, I've allowed myself to sit down and get just abused by the devil, and I'm tired of it. I don't want next year for me to look back and be like, eee, where did these bruises come from, these cuts come from? Like, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. I'm tired. I can, for one, do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Even if I feel like this is scary and this is daunting, I'm cool in it. And if I want big dreams, I also know that to whom much is given, so much is required. So if I want much, a lot is gonna be required of me, and things are gonna be scary. It's gonna be fine, but God is always with me, right? So 225. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the post notification bell down below so you get the notification whenever I post. And I'll see you guys in next week's video where I'm literally getting ready to turn 25. I don't know, we're gonna do some big shit, period. I'll see you guys in next week's video. Ta-da!